are back home after being on the road for all of last week, playing at number 2 Tennessee, and really playing well in a situation where you play against a team who has already beaten a couple national champions, to be able to go into their place and outshoot them and create a lot of good chances. And unfortunately for us, they scored on their one good chance, and we missed our 4. So it's kind of back to the drawing board a little bit as far as getting our players, keeping them confident in the way that they can score goals. We were scoring goals earlier in the season. Couple injury reports. Taylor Jernigan is having a knee surgery today, so she's out for the rest of the season. She was hammered in the Arkansas game, and so she's now lost. That's one of our leading scorers. And then Leah Diaz, who didn't play against Tennessee, who's our leading shot taker, hopefully back this week. We'll see how her return goes. So and then we got Savannah Hutchins back this past week. She's a big part of our team as our fastest player, so she'll be welcome back in for our 2 games this week. Really important games for us. We play the Longhorns from State Capitol on Thursday. That game is going to be a television game. It'll be at 7 o'clock kickoff. We're hoping we get a big attendance from the 12th man and from everyone else who has a affinity for not enjoying that school. That is part of the Cotton Holdings Lone Star Showdown, and we're excited to kind of get that going again. Texas has a couple really explosive players, very, very good in attack. They're a team that is coming off of a big win, dramatic fashion with 10 seconds left. They were given a penalty kick to beat Vanderbilt in Austin last week. So Vanderbilt was number 13 at the time. So they'll come in with a lot of confidence. And then on Sunday we are up in Norman. Our first trip to play the Sooners since they entered the SEC. They're one of the highest, or they are the highest scoring team in the SEC over the course of the entire season, and they're a team that's very athletic. Both these teams are very, very athletic, as are most in the SEC, and a team that we didn't beat last year. So it's a game that is very, very important for our hopes for postseason, and just kind of getting ourselves on track, hopefully starting Thursday and carrying through to the weekend. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right, we'll start second row on the left side with Alex.
Yeah, obviously don't want to lose the match, but the way y'all pushed Tennessee so hard, what encouraged you from that match?
Well, the way that we defend, I mean, this is one of the best defending teams that we've had at Texas A&M, which is really saying something, because we've had a lot of teams that have, given up less than a quarter of a goal a game, and just the connectivity in the way that we're able to defend, and we're able to compact spaces, and we're able to kind of make people play where we want them to play. Again, against a team that's really explosive, like the Vols. So that was of course something that gives us a lot of confidence going forward. Same thing, the week before when we played the number 7 team in the country, and and outshot them as well in Arkansas. There's no one that's holding these teams to those few chances, and those are things that we can, of course, build upon. It's just right now a matter of kind of the last 30 yards of us being able to win the other team's penalty area as well.
And with Taylor out and Leah working her way back, just who are some of those depth pieces that you've seen start to rise up as key players?
You see a lot of players. We got Kennedy Clark back, who's one of our team leaders. She was back. She had a really good look that she missed by about 4 inches to the far post on Friday night against Tennessee. You also see Holly Storr. She hit the crossbar and also missed one just a whisker wide in the second half against the Vols. Those two have done a good job of being in there. A lot of people haven't had a chance to really see Savannah yet, because she got hammered in one of the earlier games and was forced to miss about 6 games. So her being back really gives us another added dimension. And then of course our leading scorer, Kaylee Noble is a terrific producer, and for her, it's just us getting her confidence back up. Just like golfer, if you're not playing with full confidence, you tend to find yourself in the woods a few more times, and that's what we're trying to keep things moving in a direction, because we are getting better and better and better. Again, we replace 11 starters. You got to get everybody on the same page.
We'll go fourth row on the left side to Rob and then David.
Howdy, Coach.
Howdy.
Should be exciting night on Thursday night playing the Longhorns. Do you have any memories of games that come to mind as you think back and playing that team over the last 30 years or whatever?
Yeah, I mean we have a pretty good record against them. I think we're like 22-6 against them or something along those lines. Maybe I could be off a game or two, but a lot of exciting games here. I think one of the most exciting was one of the ones that is the only game I've ever missed, and that was my mother was in the hospital on her deathbed, so I had to take off back to Indiana, and the team went down 1-0 to start with, but then came firing back and beat them 4-1. That was the last time we played them here. That was in 2019 in the NCAA tournament. So for me, it was an interesting affair because I had no control over what was going on, and thank goodness for a terrific staff and great players to get it through. But we've played so many of our last games against them in Austin. It'll be nice to get back in front of the 12th man, and the 12th man in a Texas A&M game is always even a little bit more special.
We'll go second row on the right side to David and then Travis.
G, you mentioned you guys are getting better. Offensively, do you feel the team is close to kind of having that offensive output that you expected?
I think so. I mean, there's a lot of really great attacking talent that has potential to be great SEC attacking talent, and you can bet that we'll be spending a little bit of time in the last 30 yards today and tomorrow, and getting ourselves kind of warmed up to have to play in a pretty heated environment against Texas. But as much as anything, it's just about us kind of getting our tempo, our rhythm, and kind of feeling that those bits of confidence that we had for a large part of the early part of the fall season. We've just got to get it back and get it back ASAP.
We'll go front row on the right side to Travis and then Alex.
Coach, similar question. Just kind of how do you find that finishing touch and turn a lot of shots onto shots on goal?
Well, I think a lot of it is again, a golf analogy is you don't have to swing your hardest to hit the ball the farthest, and you don't have to knock the cover off the ball to make it go over the goal line, under the crossbar, and between the posts. It's a matter of we've got to be doing a little bit better job in shaping our shots, and as much as anything, it's the timing of the way that we move into spaces and the way that we control spaces inside the penalty area, because I think that's you'll see that's one of the things that we'll be focused on quite a bit this week, in that just to make sure that everyone knows where their responsibilities are. And again, with a new team, there's a lot of people coming in from different environments. Maybe it was different where they were. So just kind of getting ourselves, that's what I mean by getting on the same page, so that if I know that I want to go from point A to point B to point C, and I know that that's where I'm supposed to be, I can do it at maximum speed. But if I have like a big question mark over my head, like, am I supposed to go to C before I go to B? And that, of course, slows it down. It makes me a lot easier to close down. So getting ourselves on the same page, on the same speed, and then just finishing those chances without having to, overpower shots and put them into the stands will be a big part of what we're trying to do.
We'll go back to the left side to Alex.
Mason's been in goal the last 3 games. I can't remember if we've asked you just what went into that switch, and just what have you seen from her in her time as a starter?
Well, I've said all year long that if we have a luxury right now, it's in our goalkeeping. Mason, who was our starter last year before she went down with a season-ending injury in before the second game of the season, now has come back and is fully fit. But the job was never handed to her. You've got Sid Fuller, who's been absolutely fantastic. He's a great leader on our team as well. And Sid saved us, countless times last year in her freshman year, having to step in and be a leader of the back line. She's played more games than anybody else this season. And then the other goalkeeper is as good as those two, and that's Erica Deferding. And Erica was the goalkeeper of the year in the Southland Conference last year. So she's a super quick, great hands, great distribution. So honestly, every week is a competition, and whoever comes out as the top kid in the competition goes in goal for us. There's no malice intended. There's no favoritism other than, we're going to ride the hot horse as much as we can. And Mason has been that so far. She's been really, really good.
We'll go third row on the right side to Richard.
Coach, you've got a different roster this year compared to last year. So how do you prepare these kids, the newcomers, for the intensity that comes with the Lone Star Showdown?
Well, actually, I'm glad because I think last year's team was a little intimidated by going over to Austin and parking at the baseball stadium and walking past a lot of tents and stuff like that on the way over to having to walk to the field because we couldn't drop off in the bus or couldn't have a lot of things. So they got a little psyched out, I think, last year. And and we came out really slow. They got 2 goals on us early, and then even though we missed a breakaway and some other chances later on, it still didn't look like us all the way. So I'm pretty confident that our team will be up for the event. I'm pretty sure that that they also will be very up for the event. It'll be a really good event for women's college soccer in general. Of course, it's one of the ones that you really want televised. I want to show off the 12th man. I want people around the country to see what our school spirit really is like and how much when Aggies band together, we can do a lot of really, really cool things.
All right, it looks like that's all we have. Thank you, Coach.
Last thing is we will be going live with our radio show this week. It'll be at 6 o'clock. So Mike and football is on at 8 o'clock, but we'll be at 6 o'clock over at Rudy's Barbecue. So invite the public out to meet some of our players. We'll have a few of our girls over there, including one of our girls whose parents are Longhorns. So get a chance to come out and see them and enjoy some barbecue at Rudy's. We would appreciate it. Thanks. Appreciate it.